Hello everyone. Let's provide the solution to this problem. B, this is multiplication. So this is B multiplied by B, then multiplied by B. We have plus B equals 10. Now some people will take this to be decimal points. Okay, they'll say B.4 and that is wrong. This is multiplication, right? Now b times b will give us b to the power of 3. Then plus b equals 10. Now what do I do? Take 10 to the left. So we have b to the power of 3 plus b, then minus 10 equals 0. Now we find the value of b, and the question says we should solve this completely. So this means that we should factorize this, as we have b to the power of 3 plus b minus open bracket 8 plus 2. Remember, 8 plus 2 is 10, and this is now equal to 0. Now, to continue with this, do you know that this is the same thing as b to the power of 3 plus b, then minus open bracket 2 to the power of 3 plus 2? Because 8 is the same as 2 to the power of 3. This is equal to 0. Now, I have this here as well, right? Meaning that what we have here is in the form of this. But let's open this bracket and see what we're going to have. B to the power of 3 plus b, then negative times 2 to the power of 3 is negative 2 to the power of 3. Negative times 2 will give us negative 2. This is still equal to 0. Now, I'm going to compare this and this. So I have b to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3. Then put this and this together. We have b minus 2. This is equal to 0. Now deal with this and deal with this separately. So to deal with this first term, do you know that if you have x to the power of 3 minus y to the power of 3, this can be factorized as x minus y into x squared plus a, okay, it's xy plus xy, then plus, on the other hand, we'll be having we'll be having y squared, right? So we have plus y squared. So if you factorize this first term, this is what you're going to have. Now this means that in place of x minus y, I'll have b minus 2. Close this. Then in the second bracket, x squared, b to the power of 3 will now be my x squared. Sorry, b will now be my x, so the square on it is coming down. Then plus xy, that will be b times 2, and we'll get 2b. Plus here we have y squared, and this y squared becomes 2 squared. So we write 2 squared, close this, plus open bracket, I will pick this, b minus 2, and then this is equal to 0. What can I do from here? This means b minus 2 into b squared plus 2b plus 4. Then we have plus open bracket b minus 2 equals 0. At this point, you may not know what to do, but looking at this and this, they are the same thing. So we factorize what we have there. B minus 2 is the common factor. Then here we have b squared plus 2b plus 4. We can close this. Then plus here, b minus 2 divided by b minus 2 will give 1. So we close this and equate to 0. To continue, b minus 2 is still the common factor. And then here we have b squared plus 2b plus 4 minus 1 will give us 4. Close this and equates to 0. We are solving this completely. We are looking for both real solutions and the complex solution. So from here, we are multiplying two things to get 0. So it means either of them or even both of them are equal to 0. So b minus 2 is equal to 0, or what we have here, b squared plus 2b plus 4 is equal to 0. If this is the case, then b is equal to 0 plus 2, and our b is equal to 2. So this becomes the first real solution. Now, to get the other solutions, let's go to the quadratic equation here. We have b squared plus 2b plus 4 equals 0. Now, I'm going to change something here, because from the formula I'm going to use, there's already b in the formula. So I'm going to say, let our b now be equal to x. Let b be equal to x, right? So this means I'm having x squared now plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. But whatever value of x that I have is the same value. I'm saying that whatever is the value of x, it is also the same as the value of b, right? Now, what is the formula? X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is called quadratic general formula, because there's no quadratic equation that this cannot solve. Okay, so our x will now be equal to, now my minus b will give me minus 2, because b is a coefficient of x squared. Then plus or minus square root of b squared will be 2 squared. Then minus 4 times a is 1, that is the coefficient of x squared. And c is 4, the constant. So the whole of this is over 2 times 1. Now, x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 16. And the whole of this is over 2. Guess what I'm going to do? X is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 16 is minus 12. Then this is over 2. Now, finding the square root of a negative number is impossible, or it cannot be done with our calculator, right? So let's point out this negative, so that x will be equal to negative 2 plus or minus square root of 12 multiplied by square root of negative 1. Now the whole of this is over 2. Now x here is equal to minus 2 plus or minus, what if we break this 12 down so that we have 4 multiplied by 3? I'm using 4 by 3 because 4 is a perfect square. If you use 6 times 2, none of them is a perfect square, right? So multiply by square root of negative 1, and this is over 2. Now, do not cancel this and this, because you will be wrong. Now, x from here is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 here is 2. Then we have root 3. Then multiply by I. This I here is the square root of the negative 1. Now divide this by 2. This is imaginary. Now x from here is equal to minus 2 plus or minus, we have 2i square root of 3. What I did is to multiply 2 by I. So this is giving us 2. Now x is equal to, I want to factorize 2 from the numerator. So we have 2, we have minus 1 plus or minus, we have I root 3. This is because 2 has already come out, and this is over 2, and I can close this. Now this way, this and this will be multiplied, and our x will be equal to minus 1 plus or minus I square root of 3. This is a 2-in-1 solution, right? Now let's bring the 3 solutions together. The first one is our x1. Okay, by the way, the x here stands for the b, right? So let's go back to the original where we have the b. So our b1 is equal to 2. That's what we got before. Now our b2 is from here. Remember, this x is also the same thing as b. So our b2 will be minus 1 plus I root 3. Then our b3 is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. So these are the three solutions to the equation. But trust me, it is only the first solution that is real. The other two solutions are complex. And that's why we have this I in the solution.